mothers, sisters, daughters, aunts, grandmothers. Women who are diagnosed with breast cancer are not merely statistics. The 1 in 8 women who will develop invasive breast cancer in her lifetime, or the estimated 250,000 cases, new cases of invasive breast cancer expected to be diagnosed this year alone, it's real. Breast cancer is diagnosed primarily in women, but also affects men and affects certainly all of us. For nearly 20 years, the mayor's campaign against breast cancer has hosted the Isabel Law Breakfast to bring awareness in a fun way to the fight against breast cancer and to help those who need it most when facing the life-changing diagnosis. By raising thousands of dollars for Bosom Buddies, a local 501c3 charity that assists women who need mastectomy bras or have other post-surgery needs, the breakfast allows men, women, and children from an array of backgrounds to come together for a common cause. This year, in addition to the bacon, sausage, egg, grits, and liver pudding, there's another way to help, because starting today, for as little as $15, you can show your support by purchasing a City of Columbia Breast Cancer Awareness t-shirt. You will see that the Chief of Police has a cool one on, the Chief of the Fire Department has a cool one on, the Mayor has the coolest one on. It's a it's a wonderful, friendly competition within the city to see which shirt sells the most and see exactly how we all can support such a wonderful, wonderful effort. Sales will run now through September 16th, and all proceeds will go to Bosom Buddies. The Isabel Law Breast Cancer Awareness Breakfast only comes around once a year, but by purchasing one of these t-shirts, you can show your support year-round. So join us now and help us show everyone fighting against this disease and their families that we stand with them, because we are one city, we are one people, and we're one Columbia. So thank y'all for being here. This is easily, I think, one of our favorite events of the year, and having the chance to kick it off again this year is wonderful. Thank our friends from the Palmetto Health Foundation, the wonderful work that they do year-round on fighting for good health and fighting sickness and disease, and certainly their focus on cancer awareness and breast cancer. And thank the wonderful men and women we have standing behind us who work to make this event successful and work. It's so funny to see them in the conference room conspiring as to how to make this so much more effective and exciting every single year. So ladies, I want to thank you for your hard work. And obviously want to thank my beautiful daughters for being here. They are my life and inspiration, and my little social activist in my house. And my campaign manager, you see behind me, straightened me up. Do I look okay, honey? Am I all right? Thank you very much. So any questions you guys have?
How important is it to have an awareness campaign like this? It's going to be really good, bright colors, kind of fun, but still a serious matter. How fun?
Oh yeah, well, that day probably is, I think with the exception of our first responders who work around the clock and some of our public works employees, it's probably the earliest day of the year for most of us. The event, preparation for the event starts at dark 30. The sun is nowhere near up, and we're all here downtown preparing some interesting foods for people of all stripes to come and enjoy. It's really an event that really shows the diversity of Columbia and shows that regardless of the different demographics we use to divide each other at times, that really are one city, that this incredibly challenging disease affects all of us, and that the only way that we can work to find a cure, and at very least work to help some of these women and families work through the most difficult challenge of their lives. The only way we can do it and do it well is doing it together. So it's an incredibly interesting day in that we're talking about the most incredible challenges that some people will ever face in their lives, but such an inspirational day. We see survivors. We see people who who obviously not just mourning the loss of someone that they love so dearly, but recommitting themselves to making sure that others don't feel that same pain, or at very least that the legacy of their loved one lives on. So it's an incredibly encouraging day, and it's a fun way to do it. You're going to walk away a few pounds heavier, but you know that's the cost of admission.